Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Griefdrums, and today we're going to be taking a proper look at the Chalet Rework in order to show you everything you need to know about it for when the new season drops. So I jumped on over to the new Chalet and I spent a good few hours running around on here. I tore the whole map apart, and just in case you want to do this yourself, the best way to do it is to jump onto a terrorist hunt, set it to defuse the bomb, and then once you've killed all the terrorists, if you don't defuse the bomb, no more respawn. You have the infinite ammo crates, and as long as you take out all the bad guys fairly quickly, they don't get that many reinforcements up. I obviously take buck when I'm doing this, and then I could just get as much ammo as I need to and just keep opening everything up. And I did it. I took the whole map apart. I took it all back to its bare bone structures as much as I could, just so I could see all the different lines of sight. Now, I do this on pretty much every new map that comes out or every rework, just so I know exactly what room is above what, and I can physically see it for myself. And then it also affords me the opportunity to actually look at what I can see from each area of the room. So what we're going to do is we're going to break this down for you guys today. I'm going to go ahead and showcase some of the things that I found and some of the cool lines of sight that you could potentially create. Hopefully you enjoy this and hopefully you can get something from it. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it. So here we are over on Shaolin, and as you can see, I have absolutely destroyed it. And we're going to be taking a look at a couple of different angles, lines of sight, and basically breaking down the map so that you know exactly which room is above what. By doing this, you can clearly see whereabouts we are on the map, and you can also see what's above and below you. So inside of the lobby, you'll notice that there are actually 3 rooms we can see into. We can see down into the snowmobile, we can see down into connector, or alternatively, we can see down into wine. This goes all the way back to about halfway in the wine cellar itself. However, if you do actually lie down, you can see pretty far, almost to, well, you can see to where the blue door is just down there. That's the door into the blue corridor, which leads directly underneath all of this. Now, just so you are aware, just in front of the fireplace here is where the actual room starts for the snowmobile. So if you're trying to get rid of bandit batteries or anything like that, you can actually go ahead and take these out from this point. With regards to the connector is this section. So it's in between this extra, or the arm of this chair, essentially. So this is all of the connector area. And with this, even if you don't get the hatch, just by coming to the bottom of these stairs, you can open up lines of sight to keep an eye on the door coming into connector. And you can actually keep an eye on both of them here pretty simply. And like I say, you don't even need to open the hatch. If you don't have any hard breach, you can still do this, and you can still cause a bit of trouble for people trying to rotate through that area. Obviously, they do have the new way of going through the blue corridor now, so they can move around downstairs. I'll just head down there so you can actually see it. So they have got this corridor as well now, in which none of the roof is destructible. But if we're looking down to where I was looking earlier, that's the lobby just up where we were. And the bullets were coming down to pretty much over here. I can't see exactly where they were. That's probably because of the amount of destruction I've actually caused on the map. It's starting to cause issues. But nevertheless, if I was to lie down, you can see that there is light just up there. And subsequently, you're going to be able to catch people's feet, and they're not going to see you. Or alternatively, you can just use any of this destruction to work on this section of the map. Now, while we're down here, we can go ahead and look at this. This is obviously the snowmobile entrance. This is like the main wall that everyone seems to get open. And one thing you can do is by opening the section of roof just above, you'll notice that the Gary window is just up there. You can go ahead and throw nitros just up out of that window from pretty much here. You can stand here before the wall gets opened, and you can just launch a nitro up, and it will land just out here, killing any thermites or anything like that without you being in too much danger. You don't have to come up to this window in order to throw them out. You can do it from the basement while the wall is still sealed. Now, back up in the main lobby, I'm going to take a look at this section. This is obviously this new mezzanine flooring that's been put in. And from here, you can clearly see that this part is out in the hallway. This section right here is the back of the office. So from inside of the lobby, or from the double door even, you can actually go ahead and put grenades up to around about where this light is. And that's going to take out any bandit batteries, because the wall is usually just up there. You can see the top of the wall. So it's going to take out any batteries, any kind of electroclaws you could probably get from down here. Yes, you are reasonably exposed in the lobby itself, but this section of floor is a good one to know. People have been hiding behind this half wall just here quite a lot on the test server. I've been putting grenades up onto this point and killing them. And then as someone's going to like pick up their down teammate or something, I managed to get a cheeky kill onto that person as well. So it's good to know. It's definitely a handy bit of information to know. Now, obviously, all of this section is the dining room. And as you can see, all above it is the office. And then through in the kitchen, all above this is the master bedroom. Now, we will go up there and have a look in just a second. But one thing I wanted to discuss here was the ability to look onto the double window in the master bedroom from directly below in the kitchen. Now, if someone's rappelling upside down on there, we're going to be able to take them out from down here in relative safety while remaining off-site. Now, all of this is going to be sealed up. These are all obviously soft walls here. But it gives us the option to move around. And on top of that, we can also cover the trophy run-in if we put a small hole over here. So you can cover this section here and you can cover the trophy just in case people are trying to attack up to the bedroom from downstairs. Now, the trophy room is obviously still over the back connector, or the mud room, I suppose it is. No, it's not the mud room. What is that? I'm going to have to go down there and see what this is called. Main garage entrance. I wouldn't have called this the garage entrance. I need to come up with a name for this. Boiler room. Something like that. But you can see that a lot of this roof is still destructible as it used to be. We can actually look from downstairs up onto the trophy stairs. And should you be hiding out in this corridor just here, we had someone the other day who'd set up a shield just here and was holding a pixel peek between the shield and this fridge, and he was just lighting us up as we came in. Really, really good little move. The roof above him is actually soft. Now we'll go up to the room just above, up the west main. Now as you can see, this section here inside of west main is actually where you can kill that person from. You can get a good look all the way down to that shield or the bottom of west main to see anyone coming up if you're trying to hold a flank. That shield is just there. So you can see all the way back to here. And, you know, realistically, if I was stood here, I wouldn't be able to see anyone that's there because of the angle. You'll notice that this bookcase over to the side here, or this wine cabinet, wherever it is, I've managed to shoot it out quite a lot. By doing that, it means you can actually stand outside. I can look into the dining room. Now, you might think that's a bit stupid, but realistically, if you were to put like an ash round or something onto that, blow it right up, you're going to get a really nice line of sight all the way back to here. And anyone that's moving around inside of here, and you're going to be quite obscured. I mean, as you can see, it's going to be harder to spot someone at that window than it is for them to spot someone moving around inside of the dining room. So, good little point to note. Another thing you can do is by opening this section of wall here, just a small little hole looking towards trophy window, you can actually hold an angle from the dining room itself from all the way back here. So you would open up 3 lines of sight. You open up a line of sight on this wall. Just needs to be a shotgun hole. A shotgun hole on the wall that just goes here. And a shotgun on the hole that goes here. And you can see all the way through to there. I'm really stumbling over my words right now. I put my teeth back in. I'm such an old boomer now. It's ridiculous. You can tell I'm tired, can't you? I'm just half asleep. That's the problem. But nevertheless, you can get a really nice line of sight through all of those, actually out of the trophy window to anyone that's pushing up to it. And it allows you to stay close enough to West Main to help control it should anything go on. So if this gets opened and you know they're peeking it, you can then contest it accordingly. Now, with the solarium stairs being directly above trophy, you can actually shoot out the top section of this and look under the solarium stairs. We also need to come up with a new name for this room. Solarium just doesn't cut it with me. It really doesn't. It's just too long. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't feel nice to say in the middle of a game. I'm leaning towards plants. I'm thinking plants is going to be the call. And the logic for that is there's a lot of plants in here. I think it's short, it's sharp, it's quick, and it's just a snappy call. I don't know. If you've got a better suggestion, please let me know down in the comments below. I'd really, really need your help on this. So the next thing is over in this corner here. If you open up a section of the floor, as you can see, you can look down through the hatch into the basement, into that little boiler room bit that we were in earlier. And anyone that's trying to come into the garage from there is not going to expect to see someone 2 floors away. So if you just create a little hole here, you could probably even just shoot it out at the beginning of the round. Or alternatively put an impact there and impact the hatch open. You're going to be able to shoot people as they come running in. You're going to completely ruin their day. And by the time they've realized where you are going to be long gone throughout the map. I definitely think tearing the maps up like this is a really handy way to sort of get a good look as to whereabouts you are in the map and figure out what's going on, figure out where the lines of sights are. I mean, a perfect example is trophy window. You can cover the trophy window from plants or solarium, and you can cover it from relative safety. Some of the angles you can get are so far out of the trophy room, you're going to be able to shoot them. Or alternatively, you can hold more of a hard angle so you can see their feet before they can see you. You do have to be careful of these windows just over here, but realistically, you know, you don't have to play it from there. There are other ways you can play it. Holding this sort of an angle is going to be a later call. You're going to have to wait until they come in, but you can shoot people as and when they do. So it's handy to know. By now, I'm sure you're all no doubt aware that you can stand up on here and shoot anyone that's running out the camp spawn. There's a campfire. It's just over there. This is the actual rock that they can get up on top of. But by vaulting up onto this, you can get a really nice angle. And as they come running out, you can just shoot them. The window through into the bathroom while we're up here, this window right here, you can actually see that from downstairs. Again, we'll kind of go down there and have a look. But before we do, I just sort of want to showcase exactly what room is above what. This walk-in closet is directly above West Main. It just gives you a good idea, really. Let's head down to here. This is just inside of the kitchen hallway. This is West Main. And as you can see, we can look onto the West Main window to stop any jump-ins into the bathroom from down here. So the bar and game site is one that my team have been going to an awful lot. They're really keen on using this site. I'm not a massive fan because of the sheer amount of destruction just upstairs. You'll notice that inside of the library, that splits up, what, half the room here? If not more, they're going to get a line of sight all the way over to here as well, I think. So most of this room you're going to get shot from above, potentially. And it's kind of the same, if not completely the same, for the bar itself. Upstairs on the mezzanine flooring, or the fireplace lobby, you can see everywhere down here. If people are hiding behind the bar, you can see behind the bar. You can shoot them out from up here. And as soon as you got control of this area of the map, you're kind of laughing. I mean, people are going to struggle to come up the stairs. I don't know. I'm not particularly feeling that site. If you are going there, though, or if you're forced or stuck to go there, one thing you can do is by playing over in this sort of an area here, you can actually open up a section of the floor and look down onto the double window that is the direct jump into the site. And you can also sort of cover the doorway, more for intel. I mean, it's more than likely they're going to push in and move around to try and get some cover. So you can cover that from up here without being exposed to the double window. This library hallway has got a window on it, and that window can look through the door all the way to this point. So now you can use this. You can use this to hold a long angle yourself to protect those windows on that balcony. Specifically, the piano window. If they're trying to push that, I suppose they could be taking a wide angle, but more often than not, it's going to be for the bathroom window. You're going to be able to get that line of sight onto them from out there. Now, as you can see, this shield right here is in a pretty good placement to be able to hold this blue corridor. A lot of people have been putting it a little bit further up, so it's directly onto this wall just here. And then by placing Wamais or Jaeger ADSs down on this wall, you can then stop people from getting it and subsequently hold this blue corridor quite easily with the option to rotate and hold the wine entrance should you need to. One thing we've been doing as a team is placing a shield at the back of wine, back here, pretty much where my drone is, so we can keep an eye on this doorway, and should the wall get opened, we can keep an eye on that. You do need to be careful of above you, but for the most part, we haven't been shot from there yet, so we'll have to see how we get on. But being able to contest this area has been great. The final option with the reinforcement pool is opening up one section of this wall, placing the shield out in here and then being able to cover the trench. I mean, you can put it even further up if you want to. Cover the trench, stop anyone from pushing this way, and should you need to, you can then fall back in through the wall and reinforce it.
We need to secure the device.
When it comes to drones, there's a few different things we can do with drones on this map. There are quite a lot of different setups and stuff you can do, and I mean, I'm not going to teach you to suck eggs, but honestly, you can see from all of these beams just above, there's a lot of places you can hide your drones, and conveniently these sort of things here work perfectly to get up to those like wooden beams. By jumping up into the cabinets, you can jump up onto the artwork on the walls, and then from there you can just jump up onto the beams, and you've got pretty much free reign to move around from there. You can kind of just go crazy and hide your drones wherever you want to. Putting it somewhere like this is really good for holding several rotations at once. You can keep an eye on the games bar hallway. You can keep an eye on the blue stairs coming up, the library stairs coming up. Anyone moving around by the library is pretty handy to know. Or alternatively, if you can get your drone up into this top floor, say for example you're attacking downstairs and you're worried about roamers, you want to keep an eye on the flanks or anything like that, being able to chuck the drone up here is pretty handy. It just gives you a really nice view of the room. Inside of the office, you can actually go ahead and get this angle by jumping up into the rafters. Now what I'll do is I'll very quickly jump outside so I can show you how to get up here. But from K9 balcony, come into the office, straight up onto the windowsill. You can jump up onto the door frame, up onto the wine cabinet, turn around 180 and look up, and then the rafters are just there. And you've got free movement to move all around inside of this room from here. And the line of sight you can get is just phenomenal. You can see all the way back behind the half wall. You can see the whole room. Really, really handy. Extremely effective. Give this one a go. All in all, I'm really enjoying this map for the most part. I was a big fan of Chalet before, and I know a lot of people are going to sniff their nose at that and say it was terrible. I kind of enjoyed it. I'll be honest, I really did. So, you know, the fact that this still kind of feels like Chalet, the aesthetic is still there. It does just feel like there's a new meta to learn, and I kind of enjoy that. I kind of like enjoy watching it settle in, watching which bomb sites are the most favored, and trying to make the ones that are less favored actually work and fit in. I find that really enjoyable. So hopefully you enjoy this map too. Hopefully we'll see it in ranked and potentially Pro League. I'd really love to see that, honestly. If we saw it in Pro League, I think the strats would come on leaps and bounds very, very quickly. So there it is. I'm afraid that is going to be it for today's video. Hopefully you can take something from it. I mean, this took a long time to put together. Not so much the actual walking around the map aspect. That's normally the quick part. But to tear it all apart and actually have a good look around and then try and compile all of it into a video can be a bit frustrating at times. Certainly when I'm trying to overlay maps, the keyframing on that was horrendous. But, you know, hopefully it helps you in some way, shape or form. What do you think of this map, though? Are you keen, or do you miss the old Chalet? Are you just not liking this new one? What do you think? Make sure to let me know down in the comments below. If you don't already, make sure to subscribe. If you are part of the Grief Nation and stay till the end, thank you very much for supporting the channel. I genuinely appreciate it. If you've got any friends that you think you could benefit from seeing this, please make sure to share it. It really does help the channel out. Anyway, ladies and gents, until next time, stay reckless and relentless.